In the previous video, I was sourcing Amazon products using this automated spreadsheet called the Amazon Sourcer. Now, I've been using the spreadsheet for a number of years. I made it about maybe 3 to 4 years ago. And there is an issue, which is that we've always depended on SkuGrid in order to fetch prices from shipping and stock data from many different suppliers. And here's the thing. SkuGrid is discontinuing after years of serving the retail arbitrage community and dropshipping. SkuGrid will be shutting down its operations on July 28th, 2025. Today is July 25th, 2025. And so that's it. No more SkuGrid. No more prices shipping in stock from SkuGrid. And the reason that SkuGrid was used was because it pulls prices from hundreds of different online stores, lots of online stores, and many obscure ones. And they used to take requests, so they had a lot. And so that was the software that was used here. And the only other option is to literally manually open potential sources, product sources, and type the prices in yourself, unless there's some other software that you can get to do it. But then, you'd have to be able to map that data. It's just a whole thing. And then there's get data. Now, I made get data, but get data is not, it's not specifically for extracting prices from product URLs. It's basically a framework I made. It's a script that can extract from, it can extract, but it has to be programmed to extract from particular websites or particular things. Okay. So it can't just extract prices from all these different websites, right? It would take a ton of programming for it to do that. So where does that leave us with this automated spreadsheet? Well, without getting these prices in here, it's going to be hard to get profitability. If you're not familiar with the spreadsheets I have, or if you are familiar, then you might have seen the Amazon mattress spreadsheet. But if you're not familiar, this spreadsheet works from the supplier and then finds the products on Amazon, right? Which is the other direction that you can go in. This is kind of more ideal for drop shippers, because drop shippers usually have, especially retail drop shippers have a couple suppliers that they like to work with. And so you can just keep working with that one supplier, bringing their data in and finding Amazon matches on Amazon with the sheet. And it also includes a browser automation. And the browser automation will walk through the sheet and actually pull the prices and all of that from Amazon. So what happens is it becomes a completely free solution to sourcing your supplier for Amazon, because it's not using any special services to match the products from it on Amazon. It's just using search engines. And then it's not using any software to pull in the Amazon prices either. But if you're doing, say, arbitrage through FBA, you may want like the FBA fees to be able to be extracted in here. Well, in that case, you might want to get Keepa software, and it does work with the Keepa CSV, right? So in that case, you may need to use Keepa, and you might be using it already. Okay, so that's another option, this Amazon mattress spreadsheet. I have lots of tutorials I've done on it, and maybe when you download this, the instructions info might even have that information. So, okay. So that's the other option. I'm just going to close it out. But, yeah, if you visit my Google site, I have all these different pages. I'm gradually building in the different things, but I have all my main e-commerce stuff is pretty much in here. Amazon, Seller Tools, eBay, and now the Google Lens tool I just made. So you come to this page. This is all of the Amazon spreadsheets that I have been distributing over the years. So you can now have all of them for free. People in the past paid for this stuff, paid for all these spreadsheets, as much as $15 to $20 for all of these spreadsheets, right? About perhaps 3 to 4 to 5 years ago, 4 years ago maybe. So you can now have all of them completely for free, and they are stored in a Google Drive folder. Just visit the page. So don't be afraid of the link. I know some people are afraid of links. I saw that in some comments on other videos I've had. Click the link. It's going to take you to this Google site. And that's where, that's like the main page that I use now for my resources. So you can have a quick read on them, and then you can see the different options to download them, and like optional email subscription if you want to be on that list. Okay, you can do that. If not, if you're not going to do the email subscription, just subscribe to the channel that is indicated for you to subscribe at the bottom, or more than one channel, so that you at least know, because anytime I update and I do something, I make a video. So, you'll know about it, right? If you follow the channel, okay? So, now the other issue becomes, well, if SkuGrid doesn't work anymore, because here's the thing, the Amazon matcher I was just looking at is good, but what if I do want to go to Amazon, search products, and find sources of products? What if I don't want to go to a supplier and have to pull products from the supplier? What if I want to go to Amazon, search Amazon, and then find sources of Amazon products, right? Well, then the Google Lens sourcer is going to be the new option. Now, this is just a spreadsheet, but it is the browser automation that does the work here. And what it does is it automatically performs. So the previous spreadsheet I demonstrated, the Amazon sourcer uses search engines on the titles. This uses images. Okay, so you're going to feed it the image URLs, and it's going to find sources by actually searching the images. So you actually get a better result. Quite honestly, this Google Lens sourcer gives better results than the spreadsheets that I made in the past. It just means the matches are better because there are image searches, and image search has improved. With the AI, it's better, with the AI technology that had such a, uptick recently. Image searches are better and better. They give you very good product matches. And Google Lens also, I don't think I have a Google search here right now, but Google Lens also gives you the exact prices, right? When you do a Google Lens, I'll do a quick Google Lens search here. Google Lens actually fetches prices, right, so of Google results. So it's a complete package. You won't need any other software once you use the Google Lens sourcer. The only downside is that it's working it works in the browser, and it will have to visit every single product, each of these products, and do the Google Lens one by one, and it grabs the results and it brings it right into the spreadsheet, and then you get to see the profit get calculated right there inside of the Google Sheet, right in front of you, without you having to do any copy and paste. Okay, it's just going to spit the results out right here inside the Google Sheet, and you're going to get a profit calculation. Okay, and it runs quietly on its own little tab in the corner of your browser, so you can keep doing you can work and it works separately, right? So in another video, I have a video where I've demonstrated it as a Chrome extension. I'll do another video where I demonstrate it as an Automa workflow. Couldn't get it to be stable as a Chrome extension. It was a bit of a problem. So I decided to just open source it, and you can just run it straight from Automa, which is a free platform for browser automation. So guys, what I'm basically doing here is I'm providing the ability to source products without any sourcing software. Free solutions for sourcing products. Sometimes finding products and deals from suppliers that the sourcing software doesn't even work with. Okay? Sourcing software, Tactical Arbitrage, a great software. It's been out for years, very famous. But like all other softwares, sourcing softwares, they're limited to the number of sites they work with. Okay? You think this is a lot of sites? It's a lot, but Rake It In, cashback site, I scraped all their online stores. It's over 3,000 online stores I have on that list for Rake It In. Over 3,000. And many of those sites are not in here. So there's tons of, and you'd be surprised how very common brands that right? Like major brands that you've known for like decades, right? And those some of their sites are not covered here. So it does this. You're not getting all the suppliers. Okay, great software, tactical arbitrage, but you're not getting all the suppliers that are out there possible. All right, all the little obscure suppliers that are on Google. Google Lens can catch them. So, you know, just something to keep in mind. Although, yes, the speed, however, yes, this is much slower. Sourcing softwares are much faster. That's why they're expensive, because they're using technology that, you know, costs a lot of money, right? And they have thousands of users, and it's got to make sense for them. So they've got to charge a lot in order to cover their expenses, right? Their data expenses. So anyway, that's about it in a nutshell. Main point I wanted to make was about SkuGrid shutting down, and that, you know, the best solution now is going to be I think if you don't want to use sourcing software, but you don't want to do everything completely by hand, it's going to be this Google Lens option that I just put out like a couple months ago, this Google Lens product sourcer. So check the description of this video for any links. If you want to, go ahead, download all the different Amazon spreadsheets I use that I made. And if you want to then use the Google Lens sourcer as well, and I'll have some instruction on that Google Lens sourcer as well. There's a YouTube video on the Google Lens sourcer page on my Google site if you want to watch that video, and then there's the link to download the automation and everything that you need right there. And that is about it. I'm Mr. Mark, and look forward to seeing you around in some more of my videos.